Hi, I'm Polly Jean Harrison with the Fintech Times. I'm here at Fintech Week London with Ron Kalifa, the author of the recent Fintech report. Ron, how are you finding the event so far?
It's fantastic. It's so good to have people in the room, and we've sort of moved away from Zoom calls and a hybrid meeting. So it's excellent. The content's fantastic. There's some great speakers, and I think it's going to be a very successful event.
Fantastic, yeah. So obviously the recent review that you released about Fintech, how did it feel to be asked to produce that review?
It was a daunting task to try and think about a strategy and a delivery model for a sector that we're already leading the world in. It was a review which looked at the whole dimension of the sector. We looked at investment, we looked at skills, we looked at internationalization, we looked at leveling up, we looked at policy. So it was a very wide-reaching activity, but I think the outcome has been fantastic. It's been really well received, not just by the fintech population and community, but also by government, who have implemented and are progressing on so many of the recommendations. So I'm absolutely thrilled with the outcome.
Fantastic. And was there anything that surprised you when you were producing it?
I think, I wouldn't say surprised me, but I did find it quite staggering how significant a part fintech is. And in many ways, it will be representing the future of financial services for the UK. We have a leadership position here in the UK, and I think many didn't realise how strong a player we really are. The amount of investment that's coming into the UK is also very significant. And again, that was a bit of a pleasant surprise for many. So I think it's been a tremendously informative piece of work that's helped me understand the sector more, and more importantly, we're taking it forward with some recommendations.
Fantastic. Yeah, you mentioned you're happy with the government response. How about the industry response? Are you happy with everyone in the industry and how they've reacted to it?
I've been humbled by the response. It's just been absolutely staggering in terms of the fact that people have liked what we've talked about, thought that we thought about the right themes, but also the recommendations have got relevance and they're timely for the way that we need to move forward. The challenge in the UK isn't about startups. The big challenge is actually how do you move from startup to scale up, and the scale up is where the problems are, particularly when you get to sort of Series B plus funding. That's when it gets difficult. There's a lot of liquidity out there, and it's really a question of making sure that we find the right home for the funding to be matched up with the assets which are out there.
Yeah, fantastic. And so do you think reviews like this need to happen regularly? Obviously we recently had yours. Do you think this needs to be a yearly thing, or do you think now we're okay for the next few years? What do you think about sort of the future of these kind of reports?
Look, I mean, as it relates, I can only talk about the sector because that's kind of what I know best. Yeah. But the reality is that I think this work is hopefully the sort of bedrock of our strategy for the sector on a UK stage, on a global stage. So I think it sets us up in the right way. I mean, I don't think there's a need for another piece of work. If there is, then it actually means that we haven't covered it properly. Yeah. So I'd hope that we've covered it in the right way.
Yeah, fantastic. And obviously we're halfway through the year now. I'd love to know what kind of fintech trends you're seeing at the moment and what you think you're particularly interested in the industry.
Yeah, look, I think the sector's move is very dynamic. It's moving in a very, very fast way. The majority of the things that we've come across is, payments are very, very hot. They remain very sexy in terms of the fact that they're moving so quickly. Their valuations are absolutely eye-watering. That's one area. I think wealth tech is starting to take off as well in a significant way, and insurtech I think is following relatively quickly as well. So it's not really about fintech, it's more about technology-enabled businesses that are growing quickly, and that's essentially at the heart of what the review was about.
Brilliant, fantastic. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to me today.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoy the rest of the event.
Thank you.